Attention Batavia staff, welcome to your third annual Tech Tool presentation. This week's presentation we're going to talk about Prezi.com. It's a very useful website for presentations done in class, for teaching, or for student involvement. One of the best things about it is that it is free. It is free and online, so you do not have to worry about kids having PowerPoint on their computer at home or getting computer time. Anywhere they have the internet, they're able to do this once they sign up for an account. Another good way to do this would be to use Google Docs for Google presentation. But for today, I'm going to go through how to use Prezi. First off, I'm going to go ahead and log out of mine for how to sign up. So when you sign up, you're going to click in here. You're going to ignore all of these because students and teachers have a benefit. We can get this middle of the run version for free. So as we go ahead and sign up here, we just have to make sure that we put in our school address. So for the teachers, shield_k at bataviaschools.org, or for the students, make sure they have their my.bataviaschool or bataviaschools.org account. Since I already have my account, I'm going to go ahead and log into mine, so that we can run through how to do this. Now when we create a Prezi, it'll show up here all your different things. I've got two that I've done, but we're going to create a new Prezi. So we come up with the title, Making a Prezi. Bet you love that. Okay, for fun, because we all know this is enjoyable. And create our new Prezi. There are a variety of different formats that we can choose, different layouts that have already been created, or you can do a blank one. So we see right here is the blank. There's journey for establishing ideas going through. There is an abundance of different ones that are already pre-set up. For the sake of it, I'm going to choose blank so I can choose the different options you're going to see. Okay, so as I said, this is a presentation on Prezi. So I just click the box and type in. I can go ahead and change it from a title to a subtitle for a different font to body. It's just a way of organizing. I can make it bigger. Maybe. Or I can make it smaller. Okay, I can also do things like put it on the right side, put it on the left side. Okay, once I have it, it's right there. Let's say that I wanted to move it around. Okay, this little circle here is very beneficial because if we go ahead and choose this, we can rotate our words around. Okay, if I let it alone, if I click this plus sign, it'll make it bigger or smaller. I can also delete, or I can edit and change up how I want to do it. But I'm going to do Prezi and I'll add another one. Go ahead and shield, and because this is a subtitle, I'll just go ahead and do that for the sake of it. Now once we do this, okay, we have this little toolbar up here for our different options. Okay, if I scroll in and out, I can make this a little bit bigger, but I'm going to make this anywhere I want. This is a very, very large frame, so we can put anything anywhere we want, but you want to keep them relatively spaced together as I roll the mouse to zoom in, because otherwise it's kind of hard to find everything and create your path, which we'll talk about later. But if I add a frame, I can add a bunch of different ones. I can choose a different layout, or I could do a bracket frame, circle, rectangle, or invisible. Okay, it just helps organize, because anything that's inside the frame is what I'll be able to view. And see over here, it kind of creates my path. And right here, I can make my title, Making a Frame. Now, once I have this, I'm going to go ahead and add some different things. Okay, say I want to have a picture in here. I can have one from a file, okay, that I have saved to the computer, or easier, I can search from Google. So if I just search frame, it'll come up with an abundance of frames. I like, not the gun, that's probably not a good one. This is a good one. So I can hit OK, and it's automatically going to load this up, okay, and it's going to put it right here. Now, I'll have to put this over here. Maybe it's a bit big. Once again, we're going to shrink it down a little bit, and there we go. So there's that slide, making a frame. Maybe I want to create a new one, so I need to add a frame. Let's do a circle this time. Okay, and in this case we're going to talk shapes. Okay, And once I have that, maybe I want to put a shape in from this one to another. So maybe I'm going to do an arrow from here to here. Maybe I wanted a different color. There we go. I like red. And there we are. And maybe in this one, okay, I would like to have a video. Okay, and I'm not going to do a video on shapes because, well, I don't really need to do one on shapes. So maybe in this one, it is YouTubing Prezi. And yes, I made YouTube into a verb. So I'm going to insert media. I could once again do a file, or I could YouTube, put in a video straight from YouTube directly. But I need the link, so I can't search for video. So I've already pulled one up just by searching Prezi tutorial. And here's the link down here. I clicked share. There's my link. Go ahead and copy that. And paste this in here. Insert. And it pulls up the video automatically. Okay, so I'm going to grab the hand right here and drag it in, maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, and there's my video. Now another new aspect that we can add is PowerPoint. Something you can do is you can actually add any PowerPoints that are already there. So if you have a PowerPoint and wanted to create one, it'll upload this. Not that this really relates to the Prezi, but this is a PowerPoint I created on what Spanish courses kids should plan on taking in high school and what are the benefits. But say I really just like this slide, okay, which is the requirements. I'm just going to drag and drop it right here. Check. That's good. And there we go. I could insert them all if I'd like to. I'm not going to. Now what we come to here is the next part is important, is the path. The path is the logical transition that we're going to have. So if you click on this first slide, this is where we're going to start. Okay, this is our first slide. Maybe I want to go ahead and make the next step, okay, to go to my name. But I don't want this to be fourth. I'm going to drag it up here to third or second. Go over, and maybe I want this one, but maybe I want to come in and go to this picture first so I can really solidify that. So I'm going to put that next. And then as I go across, maybe I want to go to the arrow. Okay, well I have another option in that I can actually just drag this path. Once I have this little plus sign here, I can drag it to the arrow and that'll add it right in the middle automatically. And maybe I would like just the next one to add in. I want to go straight to the video to play automatically. Okay, so here's my path, okay, and I want to go ahead and present this and make sure. So I hit present. It's now in full screen. Okay. So as I hit this, the key is to use the space bar. Okay, once I hit the space bar, it zooms in on Prezi. Okay, as I go through, it'll go through. If I click the mouse, it'll zoom out to give an overall look at it. But if I click the spacebar again, it'll just go to the next thing to zoom in. So if you get confused, or if you scroll out or decide to look elsewhere and pull back, if you hit spacebar, it'll go to the next progression. And we just go through, there's my slide, straight into the video.
We're going to be looking at some of the basics of Prezi. So you log into Prezi.com, you can click on Create New Prezi at the left.
And notice that I went down here, there's a little shaded box. I paused it myself. Okay, and we're all done with the presentations. That's the end. So here's our path. So once we have all this, okay, and our Prezi's set, we want to make sure that we go ahead and save it. Okay, so saved at 1323. If you click save again, it'll just save it. Obviously, all of us know, and students need to know, make sure to save it repetitively. But we can share this with others. This is one way to invite. You can share it with the teacher, so the kids can do that. Okay, they can also print it, so they can print this onto an actual presentation. Settings, they can change the screen ratio and shortcuts, or they can click this to close out of the Prezi back to the overall presentation. So we're no longer in the editor. Now this is a very, 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 very important step if you have your students doing this. Okay, once we are here, they need to make sure that this is public, unless they share it to you specifically, because if they post this on It's Learning, I will have the students do that, they will not be able, or no one else will be able to open it unless they've been specifically invited by email. So if we make this public, okay, they can publish and they can search it and anyone can look at it. Okay, if you do public and reusable, you could have kids that are working on a Prezi together from different homes, different computers. They can create it together and make that presentation. Or if you're concerned about privacy and it's something specific, make it private and have them specifically send that email to specific individuals. Once again, I use this on the discussion board, so I make it public so that anyone can view it. Okay, and I just simply close out of that, and it's public, so whoever has the link can find it. When they share it, they can just click share, copy the link, okay, and they put it in there. They can also embed the video into, or the presentation into another document if desired. A couple other things to know about Prezi, just real quick. Should you ever get a project turned in that you can't view, it's probably because it's not public, but it also might be because the link that they edited to is they went up here to the top and copied and pasted the actual editor link. If they give you the editor link, you are not going to be able to view their document and grade it as such. You will be given an error message. So make sure that they give you the shared presentation. Okay, if they do give you the editor, you might get lucky and you might be able to search a certain student's name. For instance, if I search Sheil, there's a Marcos Sheil. Okay, Shealy, who actually discovered oxygen, is my descendant, but there's a variety of different things that you can find here. Obviously, we're not looking for that, so maybe Kevin Sheil. 1,000 results. Okay, and we still don't find it. So, it's a little bit harder. If you know the topic, you might find it. In this case, we still aren't finding mine. Wow, a lot of people doing meetings for Costa Rica. Anyways, you may have some luck finding it, you may not. It is a little bit more difficult. Bottom line, it's a great tool to use. Prezi is very interactive. It's easy to see, follow, gives a lot of information. It's got effects already built into it. So as we click this arrow and view it, okay, tuning in, gives you the information real quick. It already has those aesthetics built in. Once I get it, the main reason is it's free source material that the kids can pull up at any website or anywhere they have internet, and they don't have to worry about having to download programs or have it. If you have any questions or you have a tool that you want me to cover in the future, just please let me know, send me an email, or talk to anyone on the tech team. But hopefully you found this insightful and interesting, and hopefully you guys are able to use this in the class. Thanks. Let me know if you have any questions.